Some experts and human rights groups have criticized Nigeria's description of U.S. airstrikes in northwestern Nigeria as a joint operation. President Donald Trump ordered the strikes on Islamic State militants on the 25th of December, saying they were in response to attacks on Christians and aimed to protect them from an existential threat. Nigeria's Foreign Affairs Minister, however, said the operation was based on shared intelligence and designed to protect all citizens. Let's discuss these developments now with political scientist and researcher Dr. Hakeem Onapajo. Good morning. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, the U.S. confirmed airstrikes on Islamic State-linked camps in northwestern Nigeria. What exactly happened and why now?
Okay, thank you very much. I think we need to start by understanding the context, the background to what happened on Christmas Day. You see, the strike happened to be, it came as a surprise to some of us that are monitoring the situation for about 2 months now. The American government had classified Nigeria as a country of particular concern over claims of restricted religious freedom and persecution of Christians in the country. So what followed was a threat of military action by President Trump, where he tweeted that he was going to launch an attack, a direct military action on Nigeria, so that he would be able to, on the claims of Christian genocide by extremist groups, which according to him, the government of Nigeria is not doing enough to address the killings. So, of course, there was a pushback from the Nigerian government, the civil society, and some sections of the American Congress, claiming that the claim of Christian genocide is false and outright invasion of Nigeria would translate into territorial aggression and infringement of national sovereignty. So immediately the Nigerian government, immediately after the claim from the United States of America, so the Nigerian government activated diplomatic processes to engage key stakeholders in America, including the Department of War, members of House of Representatives, those particularly championing the narrative of Christian genocide in Nigeria. So what followed after this was a visit by an American delegation led by House member Riley Moore, who came on a fact-finding mission to see things themselves. So going by comments that came after these meetings, our expectation was that, United States was not going to be directly involved in attacking places in Nigeria. But, we woke up to the shocking news on Christmas Day, a day after Christmas, that's on Boxing Day, that a military action was undertaken by the United States of America in northwestern part of the country. So this is what happened. So this is the context.
Okay.
To on the 25th of December.
So, Doctor, the entire world watched as President Donald Trump exposed how misinformed he was about South Africa. We were told that there was a genocide against Afrikaners in South Africa, which is absolutely not true. So what do you have to say about, you mentioned a Christian genocide. I need to know from you, Doctor, is this true? Is this the case?
Well, it's just as you have mentioned about the misinformation with regard to South Africa. I think the same thing has also happened in Nigeria. Such claims is a product of misinformation about what is happening in the country. It's a wrong understanding of a conflict that has been happening in the country for almost 15 years now. The country has been facing the problem of terrorism by Boko Haram, and Boko Haram seems to be attacking people regardless of religion. I don't want to go into the debate that has happened in the Nigerian political terrain over which group, whether Muslims or Christians, have been mostly attacked. But the truth of the matter is that both groups have been terrorized, have been killed by the terrorist group. Then if you now look at it in the middle, they call it the middle belt, the north central part of the region where we have a significant population of Christians. So this is where, there seems to be narrative around some sort of killings, targeted killings of Christians. For those of us who are researchers, we've gone to the field, we've asked questions, And what we have discovered is that what is happening there has a long history. It has a long history of conflict over, struggle over land, over issues regarding scarce resources around water. So it's a farmer-herders conflict that has become complex. It has transformed into something else. Then politicians are politicizing, ethnicizing the whole issue, making it appear like it's a targeted killing against a particular group. But, as you have just said, it's a product of misinformation and possibly a misinformation or a claim that is advanced to pursue a particular agenda against the country.
Now, looking ahead, Dr. Onapajo, if this becomes an ongoing U.S.-Nigeria joint counter-terrorism campaign, what are the potential political consequences for President Tinubu domestically, especially regarding perceptions of Nigerian sovereignty and dependence on Western military intervention?
I think the issue of the sovereignty question has been well addressed because, both countries have confirmed that there is a joint collaboration with regards to fighting terrorism in Nigeria. It's gone beyond the issue of a unilateral action by the United States of America against Nigeria. So that would have been a big dent on the image, on the political future of the president. But now that it has been confirmed that there is a cooperation between the United States and Nigeria, which is confirmed by both countries, I think the damage will be limited at this point in time. But of course, there are concerns locally from the region where it happened, especially from the northern part of the country, that what the government has done, what President Tinubu has done is that he has handed over the sovereignty of the Nigeria and his responsibility of providing security in the country to America. So what this means is that, the perception they are trying to build is that he is incapable of providing security for its citizens. Then, of course, also from opposition actors, they are also trying to leverage on this particular issue to advance different claims. The PDP, the major the opposition party, for example, claimed that the federal government was not very clear in terms of its communication. It wasn't very transparent in terms of communicating what happened. So these are some of the things that may affect the political future of the president. But, if you look at the general mood of Nigerians, I think there is some sort of, excitement over the fact that there is a reasonable level of, international involvement in what is happening. That possibly we might find a long searching solution to the particular problem.
We're going to leave it right there. Doctor, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it very much.